Our closest neighbor is Venus. It's a very active planet with mountains and volcanoes. Like Mercury, Venus has no moons. Its diameter is about 95% of Earth's, at around 12,104 kilometers, with slightly less mass and gravity. Unlike Earth, Venus is the only planet in the solar system that rotates clockwise, meaning the sun rises in the west and sets in the east. It also rotates very slowly. One day on Venus lasts 243 Earth days, but its year, the time it takes to orbit the sun, is only about 225 Earth days. So a day on Venus is actually longer than a year. Because the day and year lengths are so similar, the sun rises on Venus every 117 Earth days. This means the sun rises twice during each Venusian year, even though it's still technically the same day on Venus. Ever wondered why Venus sometimes shows up in the early morning and other times in the evening? It all depends on its position relative to the sun and Earth. When Venus is to the right of the sun from Earth's perspective, we can spot it in the early morning before sunrise. Since Venus orbits faster than Earth, it gradually moves closer to the sun and eventually disappears in its bright glare. These moments are called inferior and superior conjunctions. But don't worry. Venus reappears as it moves to the left of the sun, now rising at sunset and lighting up the night sky. Interestingly, Venus and the star Sirius can sometimes seem to appear in the same spot in the sky, which can be confusing. For example, you might notice bright Venus at dusk and then see equally bright Sirius in the same place the next morning. However, Venus will never be close to Sirius because Venus orbits the sun almost perfectly along the ecliptic plane, while Sirius is far from it. This happens due to Earth's axial tilt. So while you might see Venus in a certain direction at dusk and Sirius in that same direction at dawn, they're never actually near each other. Though Venus isn't the closest planet to the sun, it's the hottest. In fact, temperatures on Venus are so extreme that metals like lead would melt into liquid puddles. This intense heat is caused by its thick atmosphere, made mostly of carbon dioxide and nitrogen, which is 92 times denser than Earth's. This creates a powerful greenhouse effect that raises the surface temperature to 467 degrees Celsius. Thanks to Venus's proximity to Earth and its highly reflective atmosphere, it's the brightest object in the night sky after the moon.